Carnivore diets are trending really hard, but nobody's talking about if the carnivore diet is actually ruining your gut, especially your microbiome over time. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to my humble life, where right now it's so hot outside, but I digress. I thought I would talk about the gut. I actually have a course group where we talk about this subject more in depth, but here I want to break it down in a very simple way. Let's go. Number one, most of you who are doing or started or years ago doing a carnivore diet was to fix your health issues, which are connected to the gut, like Michaela Peterson with food sensitivities, allergies, joint pain, headaches, bloated, constipation, hormonal issues, rashes, itchiness, all of these things like microbiome imbalance coming from this area right here. It's damaged, right? And that's why people do a carnivore diet, is to try to heal the gut. But is the carnivore diet actually healing your gut over time? First of all, how the frack do you develop this messed up gut that's giving you hormone issues and skin issues and aging issues and joint pain? It starts when you enter this reality. I use the word box of cookies because it's the furthest from that, sort of. When people say, how many box of cookies did you get when you were born? Hope you get my drift. That stuff, those ingredients in that box of cookies immediately overwhelms your immune system. So certain things that you would normally tolerate, you cannot tolerate as an adult. That's the first problem. Then it's, well, actually if I go further back, it's what your mother ate, the quality of your father's sperm, then the box of cookies, and how many did you get? When I was born, you had 3. As time evolves, all the garbage food that we consume, all the heavy metals, the plastics, the pesticides and the dyes and the deodorizers and just the chemo. Lots of chemicals everywhere, from receipts to plastics to your beauty products to the cleaning materials to your sheets, your clothing, everywhere. It's everywhere and in every way, which is why a lot of men have such low testosterone, and it's messing with men, oh yes, to be men, but I digress. With that said, the gut, in this location here, that whole thing is so compromised on a level you do not understand. Okay, so we have the small intestinal wall, and food is medicine. It's absorbed into the bloodstream via those cells. It goes right through. You have zonulin, which is a protein that's going to open up the junctions of the gut wall, right? So the immune system can go and activate to whatever's right there in the bloodstream from that site. The problem is with things like gluten, if you have a sensitivity to gluten. The problem is when the body's level of zonulin, which is a protein, it gets too high. Now you develop these big, massive, gaping holes in the gut wall, which you're supposed to remember, those junctions should be tight. This is what we call aging, inflammation, tired, headachy, bloated, hormones get chugged, can't sleep. I mean, every terrible symptom under the sun comes from those junctions opening up with too high levels of zonulin. The more food that you consume that is high histamine, the more you can't tolerate it. Because when the gut gets jacked up, so does diamine oxidase, DAO, or N-methyltransferase. These are enzymes that help take down the inflammatory response. Not that the inflammatory response is bad, just the chronic inflammatory response, or the chronic high levels of zonulin. And so people turn towards carnivore. And they think, well, if I get rid of the food that's giving me the inflammation, now my body can heal. Not so fast. Just like the gallbladder, we need to eat fat to continue to release bile salts to break down the fat. If you don't eat the fat, then the salts get thick and sludgy, and then they don't do their job, and people have gallbladder issues, and now they have a hard time digesting the fat soluble vitamins, which are life. Same thing with the freaking gut. A couple major things happen when you just eat a bunch of beef or a bunch of meat. Number one, all foods carry different types of bacteria. These different types of bacteria will help you break down either protein or certain types of carbohydrates. When you're eating just beef all the time, people start to develop a rebound effect of worsening symptoms. Not at first. First, they feel amazing because they cut out the food that was creating the inflammatory response and down-regulating their diamine oxidase or N-methyltransferase. Then you do carnivore, which is why I say do it for the short term. Then you start feeling better. Then there's this, I'm starting to improve. Then you hit a friggin' wall and you start to have gut issues again, or worsening allergies to freaking meat. I know. Bacteroidetes and proteobacteria. These are enzymes that are specific to plants or to meat. So when you do one without the other, you kind of lose these important bacteria to then break down the food that you're trying to consume. But also with, let's say, fiber, which people with a jacked up gut, like small intestinal bacterial overgrowth or mast cell activation, they eat plants, they feel absolutely like garbage, so they cut out all the fiber because fiber makes them feel terrible, and now they do not have this ability to make or have the fermentation process help to make butyrate, right? The fermentation process of these short chain fatty acids make butyrate. Butyrate is going to help fix the gut. That's why you start really, really small. Like if you can't tolerate avocado, you might start with a half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon, and do that for a while. It's the same as alpha-gal, right? The new rhymes with prick disease. I should call it prick disease. You start off very, 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 very small so your immune system doesn't overreact. Your body kind of forgets what to do when you don't consume more diversity of food, including plants, when you're doing carnivore. So for the short term, carnivore is great. Yes, my lovelies. For the short term, carnivore is amazing. Literally. You can take your inflammatory markers down like kablammy. But the problem is when you're on it too long, things start rebounding. I had to film outside. I lost that section. I do not know. I was talking about how carnivore is great for the short term, and then I started talking about how gurus will push carnivore and exclude problems because it becomes their brand. And when you start telling people you have to balance this and balance that and balance the fat and make sure your gallbladder's working, make sure you're hydrated, and make sure you don't have hypoglycemia, dysglycemia, it turns people off of their brand. So, sorry I had to come outside and be with my horses cleaning up and all that, and I'm editing right here and I missed a complete section. So let's get on with this diet being people's brand right there. It's because carnivore is their brand. They'll say you don't need plants, but people start like Michaela Peterson. She started to develop a freaking allergy to beef. I mean, a lot of it was aged meat, which makes it taste better, but also just normal wet hung as well. And she switched over to lamb. And so now you're becoming more reactive to the diet of carnivore itself. So now you have to have lamb, or you have to have turkey, or you have to have rabbit, which have less of a histamine response because you're eating too much aged meat or even dry hung meat. No. Don't cut everything out for a very, very long time, no matter how much it's trending. Just because they say that it works, just because they say that it's working, doesn't mean that they're actually being honest, or that it's actually true, or that it might be the minority of people rather than the majority. But I'm going to go more into this subject. Comment below, share this content, hit the notification bell. If you're struggling with your health, I do consultations. I've been doing this for a very, very long time without any gaslighting or broken promises saying that that diet is going to fix you. But if you have the knowledge to be able to utilize going from, let's say, the standard American diet to the carnivore diet, back to a ketogenic diet, or even back to eating a low carb diet with healthy foods, a lot of people don't know how to transition, or why, or how, depending on what elements they're suffering from. So comment below, share this content. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. I do run a course where I cover all 3 diets, because I realize not everybody can do carnivore or keto or low carb, high fat for various reasons, such as gallbladder issues with the fat, such as blood sugar dysregulation because of the blood sugar issues, and hypoglycemia, things of this nature. Yes. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. I'm out because it's such a gorgeous day. I can't be in this place anymore. And I will show my house build soon. I just need time to sit and edit hours of footage. And I'm out.